Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Man, am I coming off? What a weekend it's been. I will tell you guys what that was at the end of our time together, and it's the recap of my Friday night doing the national anthem for the Boston Celtics' Autism Acceptance Night. I'll tell you guys the aftermath of that and some pretty cool things that happened too over the last 5 days. But until we get to that, we got to talk about why you guys are really here, and that's WWE. The update of the WrestleMania card, I will not be giving you guys the full card, well, detailed, descriptive. But I'll give you guys some updates. Um, Raw and SmackDown results as usual that will tie into it. This show live every Wednesday at 5 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Then Amazon, Google, Spotify, TuneIn, Red Circle, and Podbean Podcasts. Follow us on our Facebook and YouTube channels at RI Broadcasting to stay up to date on all the information you need about us. Um, Also, follow us on Blue Sky, which is just like the new X or Twitter. Um, Also, follow us on Patreon for those that want to support our show, including going Sports Unfolded and going on daily. Buy me a coffee at RI Broadcasting as well. Follow us on TikTok at RI Broadcasting. Um, and yep, I just said Patreon. And if you guys want to be an advertising sponsor to help get your name out there, help grow whatever you do, and be a part of our family here, your ad is going to be here. There it is. It will not only be seen, so people will hear it, but the audio version will be on Spotify, Amazon, Red Circle, and much more. For those that want more information on how to get involved, send an email to the creator of RIB, Ron Rigo, at all one word, ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com. That's all one word, ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com. Ron will send you on your way, give you everything that you need, so that way you can join the family. So, with that being said, this broadcast of False Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions and Ron Rigo and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the private use of our audience. But any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere and is greatly appreciated. So, with all that being said, let's dive in with WWE. And it was interesting. I'm not going to lie. It was interesting. SmackDown on Friday night had this. Uh, CM Punk returned to Chicago to reflect on becoming part of the main event of WrestleMania. And Punk informed Roman Reigns that he will reveal the favor he is owed. Um, LA Knight, the United States champion, defeated Tama Tonga. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair went head to head in a very intense interview. Most notably, Tiffany targeted the fact that Charlotte Flair is now 0-3 in marriages, which I think was very personal, and I believe she got a lot of backstage heat from the WWE officials because of that. Um, the Motor City Machine Guns will now challenge the Street Profits for the tag team titles as the new number one contenders. Um, this is also the big one too. Kevin Owens will no longer be on the card for WrestleMania because he now has to go get neck surgery. So that also means that Randy Orton is now no longer on the card for WrestleMania. I'm just gonna make this clear. WrestleMania is in 10 days. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, but Randy not on the card is bullshit to me. You have got to find a way to get the 14-time world champion on the freaking card. If you could have these BS small matches, like for example, one of them is stupid as hell. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. And if I can find the picture, that's freaking Chad. That's freaking Chad Gable, and they're just playing it off as him being a freaking luchador wannabe. Get Randy on the card for WrestleMania. Don't you dare leave him off, especially after all the time he took off because of his neck surgery. No, because of his triple fusion back surgery. Jacob Fatu is now the number one contender for the United States title. He will challenge LA Knight at WrestleMania. And the favor has been revealed. Paul Heyman will be in Punk's corner at WrestleMania for the triple threat match that will be the main event of night one. How interesting is that? So, you got to keep that in mind as well. So, when you call bullshit, you call mockery. You know what I mean? Um, so, that's that there. And then Raw from Monday night. Um, Rhea Ripley was added to the women's world title match against Io and Bianca, so it's now going to be a triple threat. That was the right call. That should be a very, very good fight. Lara Valkyria defeated Bayley to retain her Intercontinental title. And then Jay. So, they call me. There we go. Jay gave probably the best promo of his career to Gunther. Go back and watch that. And then uh, Penta defeated Dirty Dom. Saw that coming. And then the end of Raw had Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. And what happened at the end of that was Seth putting his hands on Paul. And Seth spoke a lot of truth in his promo about how Roman and Punk did not protect him when, for example, in front of his children, the new bloodline put him through a table. Roman didn't take Paul with him when he lost at WrestleMania a year ago. Punk didn't come out to save him during War Games. I don't understand. I don't know how that happened. But what I will say is that that was interesting in a way that described that whole scenario. Um, However, the entire aftermath of that was very interesting because a brawl was ignited in that segment. Punk came out after Heyman was about to get his ass kicked, took out Rollins, but then Rollins took him out with a stomp. Looked at Heyman and said, "Now you owe me a favor." SmackDown's Friday. Cody's talking, but guess what? Next Friday night, the SmackDown on the night before WrestleMania, John Cena is advertised to appear. And it looks like he's going to be talking the night before WrestleMania. Because let's not forget, Cody and John is the main event for night 2 for the WWE Championship. So after that SmackDown, they will not be meeting for 48 hours. Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. I'm excited for that because we get one more battle between these two, one more war of words, and then it's time to put up or shut up. But I will say, however, what happened with KO was not kayfabe. It was not scripted. It I believe it went. I believe it was shown, according to him, for months. His neck was screwed up. So I don't believe this is an angle. I don't believe this is a hoax. I believe this is a real life situation, and I believe that it's scary as hell. And it's sad. It is beyond sad because I really believe that KO versus RKO would would be a freaking amazing match. You know what I mean? Um, I don't believe it's career ending, but if you guys know regarding neck surgery, some of the legends in this business whose careers were shortened because of it, uh, guys like Daniel Bryan, Edge, Kurt Angle, um, John Cena, even he had a neck problem at one point. Uh, Randy, I believe, as well. And I feel like here's a perfect example: Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sorry, I left him out. Brock, even maybe Brock. I don't know. Uh, but for right now, regarding WrestleMania, 10 matches right now. It's rumored that they're going to make up to 15 total for WrestleMania, 7 to 8 for each night. So on next week's show, the final show before WrestleMania, next week officially ends the road to WrestleMania. So I'll be giving you guys the entire card preview, including my predictions, and Ron will be chiming in from backstage as well. So with that being said, uh, I want to leave you guys with this. Um, for those that have watched my national anthem, uh, my Celtics anthem from Friday, thank you so much for sharing it, for commenting on it. Um, for those that have not seen it, it is on the Celtics Entertainment page on both their Facebook and their Instagram. And I'm not lying to you when I tell you the view count just on their Instagram alone at when I last checked it was 382,000. They've only had that Instagram page for 2 years. My video is the third highest viewed video on that entire page. There was one that was about 432, and then they had one with Shabuzi that was like 5.5 million. But I'm honored that I was the third highest so far. But my national anthem has been the highest since its entirety of that page. And combining with the Facebook views, my combined total right now is just shy of 3/4 of a million. I'm looking to continue to grow it. I'm looking to figure out how much higher does that number have to be before they consider maybe bringing me back for the playoffs. Um, and for those that also want to see it, a video of me was taken from center court on my Facebook page. Um, I believe my username is all lowercase E Dunn 1999. If you guys just search me up on Facebook, you should be able to find me. Um, and then my handle on Instagram is all lowercase at Erik Dunn 1999. That's where you guys will also be able to find any more information about that too. Um, I also want to tell you guys this too. I'm not sure if this opportunity will lead to anything yet, but there is something from behind the scenes that could be perhaps in the works. The Doug Flutie Jr. Association for Autism, they were there that night and they reached out to me to ask about an opportunity, looking to see if I wanted to have an opportunity. Um, I don't have any news on that just yet. I'm still in conversations on getting a meeting with them. Um, so probably by next Wednesday, I'll have an update for you on that for sure. Um, but then here's something that's pretty cool. For those that know the radio station Fun 107, they're based out of Fairhaven, Mass, down by the Fall River, New Bedford area. The MGM show with Michael Rock, Christopher Gazelle, and Michaela Johnson. She's the in-arena host for the Bruins, and she works for WPRI 12 in Providence. She reached out to me 2 days ago to see if I'd be interested in wanting to come down to their studio and do a live in-person interview. For those that saw my post on that and was wondering why I was not on air, I am so sorry about that. I had no idea it was going to be me live in studio, but it would have been pre-recorded. They're going to edit. They're going to edit the audio, so they'll put it in their show. I believe it's going to be in on tomorrow's program, and they're going to send me links to the full interview that was recorded and the radio version that will be aired. So once I get those links, they will be up. Um, and I'll also get a link to the article that they're going to create about it as well. And that will also have the updates of some events I have coming up soon. Um, but I can just tell you what they are now, perhaps. This Friday, a very special friend of mine from my church is graduating in the class of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy. And I was asked to perform the anthem at the graduation. That video will be up as well. Um, and that will be up on my Facebook, on Instagram, and even on my Twitter, on X. I believe that handle is at AirDone1999 as well. So if you guys want to follow me on those two, because that's also where I put out the blurb and the show link for I'm Done with Sports with 990WBOB.com. Ron also does it too for Sports Unfolded. Stay in the loop on that and spread the awareness of that and spread the news on that too, because the more you guys are able to subscribe and follow and just be part of the family in our journey, it's only going to get us better. Um, and then the Blue Sox's annual Autism Acceptance Day, that's on the 26th. That's my third year officially at Polar Park. Um, I still got to reach out to them to see if I have the possibility of getting more games this season and an update on Fenway. We're still waiting to hear back, but I'm going to reach out. Um, but yeah, guys, like that's everything that's happened just in the last 5 days alone. And I really think that the Celtics anthem for me was a domino effect that maybe could start giving me some chances. You guys have all my social media handles. You guys know where I'll be. Um, but in case you guys actually can't find me and you're looking for me by picture, there was a photo taken during my anthem performance on TD Garden's floor that actually has me in my personalized Celtic jersey of me singing. And no, that's not Photoshop. That's actually a real freaking photo. Because I know how some people will not believe certain things and think they're like it was photoshopped or docked or faked. Trust me, 742,000 views is not something you can fake. So trust me when I tell you, if you find me, you'll find Phone 107 and you'll find the video of my anthem. Just on my Facebook alone is at 3,500 views, which is insane to me. Like the amount of attention this has gotten because of the awareness that we raised on that night. That's what I really wanted to have with this was to increase the awareness of the disability, but to also inspire other people that if you're shy and you're afraid to put yourself out there, look at my anthem and look at what I did. 8 years of hard work, 8 years I busted my ass, 8 years I sacrificed, and I got to sing in front of a sold out TD Garden. And I may have opportunities down the road that could land me to even bigger stages. Well, not stages, bigger opportunities. Sorry. There we go. Better word, better opportunities, but more chances. I will have updates for you guys on that next Wednesday once I get all the links and we go from there. So it'll be a combination of that and going over the card for WrestleMania 41. As of next week, guys, we'll be 3 days away. And the card looks like it's going to get a little more full. And the last thing I'm going to tell you guys as I sign off here, please reach out to me on my social media if you guys have any questions, about like my journey, how did I get the Celtics anthem, you know what I mean, or like my process. Because a lot of people have actually been asking me on my social media, like, how did you get that? How did you get started? What was your inspiration? What was your motivation? I love telling people what my story was that got me to this point. Because I think my story is something that can be heard in the right direction, but it can be taken the wrong way if it's not heard correctly. So please stay in touch with me guys on this. Stay in the loop, please. And I'll definitely keep you posted too if I actually get a word back about playoffs. The first round for the postseason is going to begin in 10 days from now for the Celtics. And I believe looking at this from Ron Rigo, sorry, I had to go full zoom in on this here. Um, yeah, literally, if you just like type in on Google or Safari, national anthem, Celtics autism, I'm the first thing that pops up. And I think that's a really cool and special thing. Um, so, yeah, guys, please stay in the loop. Please stay in touch. And I cannot wait to give you guys some more updates next week. So, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, the creator of Rhode Island Broadcasting, Ron Rigo, this is now Celtic anthem performer Erik Dunn signing off from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of False Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Next week, guys, we'll have updates. Stay tuned for more. I can't wait to give you more. And be on the lookout. You have all my handles, and you have all that you will need going forward. Thank you so much for watching and for listening.